All right, everyone. Welcome to our third playtest of Bestow. I don't remember. Time's fake, numbers are fake. Regardless, welcome to our Bestow playtest, a game about haunted landscapes, intergenerational trauma, and family curses. We all love this here. If you liked Haunting of Hill House, get in here. I'm Narr. I'm your keeper, and I'm joined by my lovely, lovely playtesters. Do y'all want to introduce yourselves real quick? I can pick one of you if nobody wants to volunteer.
Hi everybody, my name is Wes Franks. I am Carrying Comfort. I make weird tabletop games. I am also the Zine Fiend for Plus One EXP. So I project manage 24 plus game title releases a year. If that doesn't tell you the state of my mental health. Then I am also one of the co-hosts of the Gauntlet podcast, second edition, along with Jason Cordova. You can find it on the Gauntlet's Patreon for a measly $2 or more if you want more goodies. As well, you can find my stuff. I just like to do all this stuff. I like to do all this. I like to play the games. I like to write the games. I used to do actual play. I'm so stoked. This is so cool. Popcorn, I'm going to pick Vin Vox.
Oh my gosh, who would have thunk it? Oh my gosh, hi. I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on all the socials except Blue Sky, that is Vinvox.com. I am a voice actor, an actual play performer, some third thing. You just gotta pick one. And I'm super excited to be here. And last but not least, take it away, Gabriel.
I'm Gabriel. I am also a game writer, designer, work on too many games, um, including a lot of stuff for the Gauntlet, the Silt versus RPG, and I'm the instigator along with B Narr on this game. We're the co-creators of the game and keep egging each other on and making it more and more horrible and mean to the players because we love that kind of game. So I'm excited to be a player for once.
Thank you all so much. I love to be mean, so I'm so glad me and Gabriel can egg each other on. I instigator's a really good word for what we're doing here. Now that we've got our introductions for our lovely people, let's get into it. We'll do cats, safety tools, character introductions, and bonds. Then a 5-minute break before we do prologues. So, prologues. One prologue. There's not more than one. Don't worry. I know you were stressed. So CATS stands for concept, aim, tone, and subject matter. Bestow is, like I said, a game about intergenerational trauma, haunted landscapes, family curses. Players take on the role of siblings, visiting their old family home after an estranged relative has vanished. When they encounter an evidence, not one, just evidence, of sinister activities and a dark presence inhabiting the home, they must come to terms with the true nature of their family history and ultimately find a way to lay the past to rest. Bestow is inspired by Gothic and folk horror media such as Hereditary, Satyr, Mexican Gothic, The Haunting of Hill House, and Old Gods of Appalachia. The game shares a mechanical structure with Brindlewood Bay, and it's a derived family of games that are carved from Brindlewood, but you don't need to be familiar with these games in order to play, or frankly, the media. You can just vibe. The aim of the characters in this game is to support each other as they revisit the old family house to find closure with their past. The aim of the players is to push their characters into danger, which I know you all love to do, uncovering dark secrets about the house, their relative, and themselves at every turn, escalating the story to a dramatic conclusion. Bestow is designed to be played over, we're figuring that out. This is going to be 3 to 4 sessions, but it roughly follows the story arc of a horror movie. Tone. The the tone of this game is creeping dread, unsettling introspective horror. Familiar memories are haunted with unsettling revelations. The bonds of personal history become snares. The game fully leans into the tropes of its media inspirations, which can bring some levity and humor at times, but as the game progresses, it becomes more bleak and terrifying. And subject matter. Speaking of bleak and terrifying, Bestow's a game that explores some intense subject matter, which may include family trauma, supernatural horror, graphic violence, ritual sacrifice, implied suicide, mental illness, and implied gaslighting and emotional abuse. The game is very intentional in its framing and approach, however. For the siblings in this game, things like race, gender, sexuality, disability, or neurodivergence are not presented as a social barrier, and the source of the horrors they experience comes from their their family's dark history, and the sinister workings of their elder and the house which seeks to ensnare them, not necessarily from facing any sort of discrimination based upon their identities. In particular, the framing of subjects such as mental illness, trauma, and abuse deserves special care to ensure that everyone at the table is on the same page. Speaking of being on the same page, safety tools, because no game is more important than the people playing it. And that includes you all, lovely people. We're going to be using lines and fails, X card, open door policy. Now, I know you're all experienced in using these. I'm going to do a quick little overview anyway, because that's what I like to do. And it's for the viewers, just in case you've never used these. They're very good safety tools. Please use these. Holy crap. So I've asked everyone to mark their lines and veils on the sheet we're using, and they have done so. It's a living document. It can be updated anytime. I'm going to be checking it consistently. I'd recommend everyone do the same. Would you like me to go over the lines and veils on stream? I just hit my mic. I'm so professional. Would you like me to go over the lines and veils on here, or if they come up? I'm down for whatever you guys want to do. We also do interests.
Yeah, we can do it at the top, and then
Fabulous. So
sprinkle in if we need to.
I have not organized it beautifully like our friend Ambrose does. See them do this thing where they sort it. It's really cool. Interests are things that people want to explore in this game. We've also marked inherent themes like family trauma. That's just sort of here. Themes that people have marked as interests. I see people marking new ones. So we're going to do it backwards. We're going to do lines, things that won't be in the game at all. Sexual assault, sexual violence, intimate partner violence. None of that's going to be in the game. Hard stop. Veils, stuff that won't be discussed in detail. It might be referenced off screen. Sex, it just won't be on here. Things that have been marked as interest. Body horror, cannibalism, childhood abandonment, cosmic horror, grotesque religious imagery, religion and cults, religious trauma, family trauma. And I think that's it right now. Yes. So this is a living document. There's so many interests. I love you all dearly. If any of this changes, I'll be keeping an eye on it. I love this. Please continue to add. Follow your hearts. Follow your weird little hearts. And speaking of, if anything changes, sometimes things aren't on the list. Sometimes you're like, ooh, that felt really bad in the moment. I didn't know it would. We're going to use X cards. You can just say X card, do this little dude with your hands or arms, type it in the chat, whatever works. We'll stop. I will ask you what is being X carded so I can make sure and actually remove it, not just sort of guess, throw my thoughts into the ether. I won't ever ask why. Once change is made, we'll just keep on a trucking. And open door policy. You can hit the bricks anytime. No questions asked. Just let us know you're leaving so we didn't think, you got. And that's all. We'll also be doing stars, wishes, and feelings at the end because you all know I love stars, wishes, and feelings because I like an excuse to talk about how much I like you all and how great you are. So, do you have any questions about cats, safety tools, etc.? Radical. Now that we've got our cats and safety tools covered, let's introduce the characters and then establish their bonds. We're going to go in character sheet order for this first one, or character keeper order. I know how to use words. Tell us your name and pronouns, your character's name and pronouns, and your playbook. You can feel free to describe how they look if you want to. You can read little flavor text at the top, whatever feels good to you. And since we're going in character keeper order, we're going to start with Gabriel. Tell us about yourself and your character.
No, I've set myself up. So, as a real world eldest sibling, and that had nothing to do with the writing of this game, no reflection on my real siblings, but I picked the responsible. I'll just read the flavor text for fun. It's always fallen to you to set an example, to be strong, to keep it together. The others will look to you for guidance, but no one was there to guide you, really, except for the elder. All I've got so far is that my name is Will, pronounce he, him, and I think Will tries to be laid back, not an overbearing older sibling, but is just really tired, man. Like, just doesn't know how to deal with all of this. Kind of, I think kind of lanky, kind of a little spaced out at times. Just kind of trying to keep it together and keep up and make the best choice. And sometimes, what do you do with that? I don't know. I'll find out the rest as we play.
So real. Wes,
Yeah. So I am playing The Found. Uh, and my found is a fella by the name of Esau, who is not a blood sibling of this family, but is rather an additional, just a nice little traveler on the road of life that got picked up along the way. You've always been around ever since your first family proved unlivable for you. In time, you've come to know this family better than they know themselves. Will they heed your advice when the time comes? Do I need to read my family secret, or do I keep that? Okay. And then
keep that in here. Keep it secret. Keep it
mhm.
safe.
And Esau may or may not be uh older than Will or younger than Will. We don't know. Because Esau doesn't know his age for real. So they've kind of just celebrated birthdays from when he joined the family and everything. And he joined the family when he was like around like 3 or 4, like toddler age. And so like there's always been a joke where it's like Esau looks old for his age. Like look at that old man. Look at that old man child. Because like he initially like as a kid was probably like very just like a bit stockier, hefty, like somebody would call hoss or well fed, corn fed, out in the middle of the America, they would call him corn fed. Um, but called Esau because of his shock of red hair. And he's kind of grown into a much more stockier, like well built, like even stockier but well built, muscular, but still kind of soft around the edges, especially around the midsection as he's getting older. And he works as a night watchman, as a security guard. And we'll learn out more. We'll learn more about Esau down the line.
Good old farm boy.
Hmm.
And last but certainly not least, Vin.
Oh boy, Joy. Uh, Actually, not Joy, Mercy. I'm playing the baby because this is a fantasy and I don't want to be the eldest. Uh, you grew up amongst the shadows, those things no one ever talked about but kept vague to protect you. You felt their presence all the time, and perhaps this has made you more keenly attuned than most. Mercy has tried to stay normal despite it all. Trademark. Uh, she Annie is a school teacher, probably elementary, maybe some primary years. Uh, Very like down the middle normie, or at least they try to be average weight, average height, average haircut, maybe some glasses, and they're just trying to be as casual as someone can be in this life.
Bless. You're all trying so hard. I can't wait to destroy you. And right now you get to destroy each other though, because it's time for bonds. Has anyone here not played with bonds before? Because we can go over that real quick, like.
Just
Just
bump
hit
into
Nah,
me
me.
with it.
dude, I'm
Okay.
cool. I'm cool. I played PRG before, but yeah, let's do it for Vin.
Ooh.
You know.
Okay. So we have stolen this from Planet Raygun, Mike
Heisted
Martins.
from Planet Rig.
We've heisted it. We've
I
heisted
sit
it
from
from
Planet
Planet Raygun.
Raygun.
Go check out Planet Raygun. It's very different than this, but we use Bond dice anyway. You all grew up in the shadow of your elder. The family history is forever entwined with the house, but your own bonds have proved as strong, just as strong so far. And so this represents the ups and downs of these sibling relationships. You gain a bond with another character at the beginning of this game. You'll once excited die. You reserve it to assist in any future action. You are like you can replace one die of their role with yours. And you can do that in quite a few ways. There, it's all listed on the move sheet. You can either help them, you can let them re-roll it, or you can fuck them up forever. Um,
That's our twist on the Bondi is we made it PvP
we made
for
it
this game.
PvP because listen, your siblings.
Mhm.
So, what you're each going to do is roll 2d6s. Assign 1d6 to each respective sibling. This is going to be representative of your relationship with that sibling from your perspective, not theirs. 3d6?
D6.
There's only
One for
two.
each.
There's only two
Oh,
each.
you're right. You're right. I'm
Yeah,
thinking of 3
2d6. I
players.
know,
Yep,
like
yep.
we got a smaller group, 2d6. And so
Damn.
like
Right,
a
right.
six,
Damn.
a six indicates
Mm.
listen, it's a play test. I could have been wrong. I'm gonna be wrong a lot. Just a warning for the viewers and the players. I'm gonna be wrong a lot.
Nah, it happens all the time with
Mhm.
Unsinkable. Y'all just don't see it often. But I'm just like, yeah, that's the rule now.
I can't. The other writers in here,
Yeah.
they'll know.
They'll know.
So like a six, if you get a six, that indicates like a very close relationship. A one indicates like a very strained or distant relationship. You roll these, keep them to yourself for a second, assign them, and then we're gonna go in reverse character keeper order, and you can tell your siblings what you think of them.
Can I add one thing about Bond Dice
Yes.
for
Add
context?
as much as you want, please.
So one, this is Jason Cordo's fault, who encouraged me to make it meaner. Often Bond Dice get refreshed, but this is a game about just really messed up circumstances, and we're just showing up as we are and where we left off, and we don't get to re-roll them. So you get what you get.
Oh my God, I forgot you don't get to
For better or
reroll
worse. Yeah, we haven't
them.
tried that yet, so
Yeah, we haven't tried that yet. Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
a new one. This is your one, y'all. And so, if you burn it via PvP, it's the same as using it for a nice thing. So, has everyone rolled?
You're like, it's balanced.
It's balanced.
You're like, it's
Balance.
balanced.
We're a balanced game
Oh.
designers. All
This is
right.
Perfect.
Mercy, tell us what you think of your siblings.
Well, do you want my dice rolls first or just my descriptions first?
Whatever you feel is right. I think that's fun. And don't
Okay.
forget to note it in your character keeper. I don't know if that's going to refresh or not for me, but that way you don't forget.
Gotcha, gotcha. I just want to show off my bone dice that I use exclusively for cardboard
Ooh.
Buildingwood games. I love these. I got a
Ooh.
4 and a 5.
Oh,
So
those are beautiful.
yeah, I'll
Very
link them
fitting.
later. I'm gonna throw my 5 to Esau. I think even though the age we don't know about, I think being like the kind of oddball kids, we stuck together. And then my 4 is going to Will. I think they've had their like one-on-ones or like little moments where she felt vulnerable enough to speak to him or like tell him about something, but there's still like the risk of that being exposed to the elder.
Mm,
So those are
mhm.
my dice.
I rolled a 2 and a 5, which I find that it's very fitting that the baby rolled a 4 and a 5, and then the middle kid, the found, rolled a 2 and a 5.
Spicy.
And I'm gonna go very stereotypical with this. So, in the interest of exchanging, I am going to give Mercy my 5 because it's the baby of the family, and me being in the position I am in the position that Will is in. It is for up to us to help Mercy throughout life and pull more on because Mercy needs it. Because Mercy is obviously naive to the world and doesn't understand things, and so we have to. So it is very an infantilizing 5, in a way.
Okay.
In a way,
5 derogatory.
5 derogatory.
Literally about to say that.
And for Will, I am going to give Will my 2 because with Will being the responsible one, the eldest
Mhm.
sibling and everything, I feel like maybe growing up there might have been some rivalry between Will and Esau, as is natural to come with people that have the name Jacob or Esau with their sibling. And I feel that to give a 2 to Will suggests that there might be a time where Esau tries to complicate a matter. Because there might be times where Esau has tried to make things more complicated to see if Will is up to the task.
Mhm.
Very much like a judgmental, but also like I believe that you can do it, so I'm going to stack the deck against you to see how
Nice.
if you flourish or fall, that kind of thing.
I kind
Very
of
healthy mental health.
Oh,
stats.
sure.
So healthy. You're all so healthy.
I'm feeling like up to you, but I think it's interesting if you are actually older, even if your age is uncertain. So I think I'm feeling that
Yeah.
tension. I think that's good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm the eldest, but maybe I don't have the same amount of experience actually. So
Yeah. Yeah.
this is really funny because I actually rolled 2 6s. So
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh.
I'm cool. I'm
Dang.
cool with everybody. I don't have any problems, you know?
Amazing.
Baby.
Um, in my
Oh,
mind. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna interpret that as sort of yeah, as is the responsible, masking any sort of uncertainty there and pushing it down pretty hard. Because we just got to keep it together. There's a reason we're here together, and that's what matters most. And
I think your
see how it
sound cut
goes.
out, Gabriel.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Oh
I
no, it
got you.
didn't. It's me.
Oh,
It's
dude.
you.
There we go. Now I can hear you all. My bad. Sorry.
All
Ignore
good.
me. Continue, Gabriel.
No, I think yeah, in my mind, no, I'm on good terms with everyone. And maybe that's a little bit kind of forced on my end. I just things are good, guys. Things are all right. We're gonna be okay.
Astounding. Be okay.
Perfect.
Absolutely astounding, y'all. So before we take our 5 minute break,
Oh yeah. Lightning.
cool. No, that was my electricity going out. The only reason I'm still connected is because I
Whoa.
have a hotspot. This is
Whoa.
the second time, baby. So
Jeez.
the drama is real. I was literally about to read the prologue for you, let you guys kind of think on this before we take a break. So, how does that sound for everybody? Prologue and all that stuff, and then we take a little break and hope to God I don't die, I guess.
Is there not is there a tornado warning nearby or something with
No,
you?
it's a fire warning. We just have really high winds and fire, and
Jesus.
it's
Yeah.
so fun and
Yeah.
apocalyptic.
That's kind of the reason why I hope we move to Oklahoma. Is just so like if I die, then I die by a cataclysmic way. It's
Oh,
like natural disaster. Like yeah, that's kind of like yeah, that's kind of how I want to go out. It sounds awful, but it's like yeah.
listen, you know what? We got a lot, and hopefully you guys get
That's
a
a
lot
dismal
too.
thing to
We'll
say on
see.
a recording for a playtest. I'm sorry. I
No,
am
listen.
okay. I am on medication. Like that is like I'm
You're
good.
getting in character. It's all good.
I'm
You're
getting
getting
it.
it. You're getting in the mood. It's very bleak.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah. I want to die here in character.
The family on the family land. No
Yes, we're going
reason.
to bury you on the family land. It's
That's right.
fine. And first, you got to get there.
Uh, quick
Oh, go
question,
ahead.
because I don't
Yes.
remember what we last said about this. Do we just add a stat, or did we have a
Yes.
narration and then give each other?
We
We can
we're
just
I
add
think it
it
was
if
too much
that's
time. I think it's like we just
yes.
add you
We just add
add
one. Cool.
one to each to like one of your stats
Cool.
carved from Brindlewood style.
Sounds good.
So you're not just
Yeah.
totally I see. I was like, did I not give you any? But you just got rid of your minus baby mercy. That was smart.
Cool. I will.
Um, you all still might die. It's fine. Or you might not. Somebody might.
Very Vinvox to be like all of my rolls are determined by the die and only the die, and that's it.
This is
Respect.
power. It's
Respect.
respect. Powerful. Are y'all ready?
Hmm.
You each got the call. A distant elder, the caretaker of the house, your family's ancestral homestead in the Great Smoky Mountains, has apparently passed away, naming you as an inheritor in their will. No one knows how they died, and no information has been shared regarding their body or funeral arrangements. The rumor among your scattered relatives is that they had long been expecting their inevitable end. The elder left very specific instructions. Each of you must come to the house to claim your inheritance, whatever that may be. The lawyer dictates the note to you over the phone. You know what to do, child. Which elder has died and left you the house? You're going to have three options. I'm going to paste them in the chat and read them aloud. This choice determines your surname and a lot of other stuff. But we made up three. The first is Granny Gloria Lee, a strange and secretive woman, had a complicated relationship with your parents and rarely talked about her personal life. Uncle Virgil Harlow, a mean old bastard, reclusive and largely unfriendly, but he had a soft spot for you. Elder Joe Crane, a beloved community figure, revered for their knowledge of natural medicines and ability to perform healing miracles. Now, you guys can decide this. We can do a 5-minute break so you can do some thinking. What are we feeling?
Is there one that hasn't been picked yet for the playtest?
Hmm. I know nobody's picked Elder Joe. Um, I don't think anybody's picked Elder Joe. Gabriel, do you think? I think somebody picked Granny Gloria,
I think
the first one, right?
I think it may have been the other way around.
Was
I could
it?
be wrong. Yeah, I know that Uncle Virgil's been picked.
Uncle Virgil's
Okay.
been picked. So one of the other two, either Granny
Yeah,
Gloria
sure.
or Elder Joe Grain,
Yeah.
definitely are on the table of not having been picked.
Hmm.
Because my brain's a
I'm fine
sieve.
with either one of those. I also like Uncle Virgil Harlow, but I also like I'm just
Yeah,
like let's flex through the garden a little
it's
bit.
always going to be our own take on it either way.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's whatever actually feels right to y'all.
Hmm.
I like to say, given our interest, I think Elder Crane would fuck. Like,
Yeah.
Some miracles. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Is that the consensus? We have Elder Joe Crane.
I'm cool with that.
All right. Then I have got a question for you about Elder Joe. What is a story you've heard about Elder Joe's public contributions? What rumors about their private life directly contradict this? Now, here is where we're going to take our 5-minute break. You think about this, think of something spicy, think of something weird, think of something fucked up, and get some water. And then we'll come back and figure out how you get to the house and what horrible things Elder Joe might have done. Maybe we don't know. Everybody good?
Sounds
All
good.
Yeah.
right. 5. All right, everybody. I would love the answers to this question, which I know we're going to do a cut, but like, it's probably going to be like no time in between. There wasn't a fucking commercial break, but there was for us. So, everybody tell me the story you've heard about Elder Joe's public contributions and the rumors about their private life that directly contradicted it. I'm not going to make you go in any order. You all got to volunteer, or I'll call you out, but like, I'm going to let you have the option.
I can jump in. I think I've heard that Elder Joe, I'm not sure what we call them yet, known for natural medicines, healing miracles. It's kind of known throughout the area for sort of laying on hands, home remedies, some combination of whatever's in this homemade tea, along with certain prayers to be said. And, people send their elderly, their children, anyone who's got sort of any sort of common affliction. And it always seems to work, especially those younger folks who seem a little aimless in life, who their parents wished had kind of made some more responsible choices and kind of maybe sent them Elder Joe's way for some guidance as well as some treatment. And what I've heard that sort of contradicts this picture, or maybe that doesn't get spoken about so much, is that often these younger people who are treated and are cured do show a lot of improvement. In fact, Elder Joe puts them to work or sends them off to go help a neighbor and gives them good employment, but they never seem to come back to their families. They never seem to want to come home. They just always seem content to stay working out on someone's farm. And their immediate families hear good things, but they never seem to see them again.
Um, a story that Esau heard about Uncle Joe or Elder Joe, not Uncle Joe. Elder Joe is that due to the fact that he does so much for people in the area and the county and everything, that the county directly sends him funds to help contribute to like his living and everything like that so that he can like better serve his community. Uh, but the most prescient rumor that kind of shoots that down is the fact that a lot of people have heard that well, that would be impossible because Elder Joe Crane owns a shit ton of money to the county for, tent revivals. You need permits and stuff to set up, and you got and like it's kind of expensive to host events and things like that, potlucks, community things. So it seems like he's been kind of always on the back foot when it comes to paying off those debts.
So, what I heard, which can always be discredited, um, that when you walk along to the church, the cobblestones have the names of the founders and elders and such, leading up to Elder Joe's being the first as you ascend up the steps. In his younger years, he actually built the church, hand and nail everything. But again, who knows? Who's to say? A ritual of a different religion was performed before the foundation was even set.
These are exciting notes to make. I just want you all to know. These are very exciting notes to make. The church and a ritual of a different religion. I was not fast enough to type. I got distracted. I was like, oh, spicy. Was performed before the foundation was set. I love y'all already. We've got Elder Joe Crane's supposedly last wishes being heeded. But when you arrive, there's no lawyer to greet you, no official reading of the will, no funeral to attend, just the house. For a brief moment as you arrive, you smell blood and smoke on the wind. Now I'm going to hand it over to you. How did you get here? How did you travel here? Are you coming together, separate? How are you dressed? How prepared are you? We're going to talk about questions and opportunities and describe the house later. Right now, all you need to know is it's on a big plot of land. If you want to reference a space, we can look at that table, but we'll get to that more specifically later. Right now, the scene's yours.
I think always being on time, always timely. The others, when they arrive up the drive, they would probably see. Well, they would definitely see an emerald green Jeep Grand Cherokee that has some rust spots like around the gasoline cap and near the wheel wells. Um, it doesn't snow often. Well, it snows every year, but it doesn't snow often enough to, do all that treatment on your cars in the area. You would see Esau. And Esau, I kind of took some reference here from a game that I enjoy, but the character's kind of perfect for it. It looks like Percival from Arcade Spirits, but he's wearing Wranglers, and he is wearing um, like military boots, like military like tactical boots that like a night watchman would wear. Um, and he is wearing that similar jacket where it's like a calfskin jacket with a nice little puffy, like not puffy but like a fuzzy furry collar of like white fur wool. And he has distinct red hair, strikingly red hair that only comes from natural, no bottle red up in this bitch. Um, and has a thick red beard as well. He is stocky, built, broad shoulders, but has a gut. Does not hide it. Very proud of it. Has a thick neck, not thick enough that it doesn't look like there's not a neck there, but he's getting close there. He has big meaty hands. He's about 6'3", and like about 250, 260. Um, and he is wearing a T-shirt that has the Castlevania whip, the pixelated logo on it, and he is just leaned up against the car, booed up on the tire, just waiting.
Do you and Mercy travel together, Will, or are you traveling separately? And if so, which one of you gets there first? Which one of you is more on time? Less than Esau, but like between the two of you.
was gonna say Will's probably not there first. Yeah, yeah. I mean, especially with thinking of the school teacher thing. Yeah, he's not does not have the same concept of time.
Kind of late on
Uh,
purpose.
that's incredible, and that's totally fine. Uh, I think Esau sees like maybe a 2022 black Nissan Rogue, which looks a little classy, but then you see like whatever rental dealership she got the car from for the trip, just so you don't put any extra mileage on your, uh, she pulls up, is clearly tired, possibly drove the entire one shot just to get here on time. She's dressed in just like a simple blouse and a appropriately length skirt, just in case they get dragged to any events, any repasses, anything somebody else may have planned, despite the crane's lack thereof. They step out, smooth the skirt out a bit, and give like just a weary wave in Esau's direction.
How much you guys can interact? How much time between now and Will is Will gonna show up late?
Probably, yeah.
All right, you two, scene's yours.
Well, hey, you can just park in right here. It kind of like moves out of the way and just kind of like almost directs traffic towards like next to the Jeep Grand, the Grand Cherokee, and just leans against the back of it again and like waits, and then thinks better of it, and then pops open the back of it and starts rummaging in the back of the the car.
Hey, I'm miscounting, but isn't there supposed to be three of us?
Yeah, but you know, Will probably had some kid to tutor, or a cat up in a tree, or maybe there was a flock of geese that were on fire that he had to put
But
out.
I mean, you would think with the situation there would be a little bit more urgency at least. I mean, we don't have all day, and I want to get this over with.
Yeah, everybody's got some place to be there, Mercy. All right, everybody's got some place to be, and I know that you were not named after patience. And he goes ahead and he pulls out like it's like a small like plastic hard plastic shell case that is yellow and black, and it has a big DeWalt imprint on it. And he says, uh yeah, you had a different virtue, but that does not mean that you cannot be prepared. There you go.
Like, I'm just saying that I think this would be the thing, if anything. But you're right.
uh
I don't have patience anywhere in here.
a wizard does not show up late or early, but
Oh my God! Don't
exactly
give me that.
when he.
We not no.
I butchered that, by the way.
Yeah, you did, and mm, I need to calm down. I just need to slow up and just.
Hey, gonna back up. You can go ahead and pop a squat up there if you want to. Just take a breath,
No,
relax.
I need to practice my disappointed face, so I
Okay.
can just be just
I'll
fold
do
up
it
and
with you. You can go ahead, just
yeah, we can.
in for four.
There's like a sputtering car. Maybe it's kind of coming up like a winding drive, and like it sounds like it almost
Okay,
stalls
okay, okay,
out.
okay, just
And Will pulls this like beaten up older I don't know cars. It's a Toyota. It's too small for him. He's pretty tall and lanky, so it's like a Toyota Corolla or something. And
A
um,
Toyota. Oh.
yeah. And there's like sticks and art materials and things, and especially the whole back. You can't really see out the back of it. Things found on the way, and kind of pulls up, parks crooked, pops out, and kind of stands up. Kind of looks around, little bit vague, spacey kind of expression. He's got dirty jeans, kind of uh, long, dirty hair, and kind of pulls a cap on and says, "Oh, good. So you all remembered how to get here. Cool. Do you remember that there was that corner store where Elder Joe used to send us, when we'd get candy and stuff? That guy's still working there, and he was telling me these just wild stories. He knows everyone in the whole county, and I just couldn't. I had to be polite. I couldn't, walk away um too soon. And anyway, why what? What's wrong? Y'all look
I'm
kind
gonna pull out a billfold and I'm gonna pull out $5 and hand it to Mercy.
of.
I thought animal, and well, Mercy here had a different spin on it. So, well,
Oh, I was just disappointed, but I'll take any bit.
What? I know it's not how we
big bad
wanted to all
hug.
meet up here, right? Yeah, yeah,
Just
sure, sure.
immediately as you're talking, just immediately just envelop you and just do the whole pat on the back. You look good. You look good. Just like talking into the shoulder. You look
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
And then
You
step
too.
back. Let me take a look at you. And then step back.
Yeah, in contrast, much bonier. What a time. What what do we
Weird.
do? What do y'all hear?
Well, I figured I guess you would probably have all the documentation and keys and everything like that, all squared away. You typically do. But I think we need to get hot to trot here. Mercy was reminding me that, I've got a shift later tonight, so gotta, pick up the paces a little bit so I'm not late.
First of all, I didn't say any of that. Second, I was just making sure that we were all here to just go ahead and go through the motions. Of course, it's always good to see you, Will. I was just wanting to step this along more for the before the grieving really hits.
No, 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 I get it. I get it. I'm sorry. This sorry I haven't called y'all. It's been, it's what do you say? What we knew so little, and we get this out of nowhere. This just call from a lawyer and and it goes to like dig around in the car for a second and I think does have like an envelope, but there's definitely, as Esau was saying, that there's a panicked moment where it's like, oh man, I don't know if I actually did remember the key.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right, you're right. We need to see what's what here.
Yeah,
Get
sure.
the key.
I
Got the
think
key.
as you
Excellent.
do that, we can describe the house a little, and I can tell you, I think we watch Will pull out this paper, and it would say the questions and opportunities here. That's all you have. And it's really funny you mentioned your shift tonight, Esau, because this game only has one day phase and one night phase. That's it. Then it's over. And some questions can only be answered in the day phase, some can only be answered in the night. And there is a counter. But right now, you have some questions you need to answer and a house you need to explore. And we can see all the questions. None of them are under lock and key. What entity is bound to the family and why is the elder summoned it? Is one of your first questions. What ritual did the elder begin and what were they hoping to accomplish is another. Those are two from the day phase and those are optional. But to finish the game, to get out of here, how can the dark family cycle be brought to an end? Those are your three questions. Two of them are optional and will make the last one easier. But I'm not your boss. Do whatever you want. Right now, we're going to look at the house. So, you all may or may not have been to this house before. Once again, I'm not your boss, but there is an entryway you can see. You're surrounded by woods, and somewhere outside there's a greenhouse. There's a swimming hole. And once we get inside, we can talk about the rooms inside. But the entryway you're all standing in front of has these creaky wooden steps leading up to a covered porch. There's rocking chairs moving with the wind. The wind's like not too much. It's kind of pleasant, but it's moving them maybe more than it should. And there's a heavy vintage door knocker shaped like a bear's head. Who's the first to go in? Who's leading this charge?
I'll say
Uh,
Mercy,
okay,
Ooh,
since
perfect.
they
Yeah.
want to get out of here. They want to
Mhm.
get this done, so there's no
Mhm.
okay.
like
Then, Mercy, I have a question for you. Paint the scene. Actually, it's going to be for everybody, but you get to answer first. What about this place reminds you of a mouth?
there's some loose pieces of wood in the entryway that kind of hang like teeth.
Ooh.
I think when you step on the porch, the boards are um, very old and they creak like some kind of hollow groan underfoot.
Uh, there are distinct divots or marks on like the walls, the outside walls that are within the porch, where you can tell a kid had kicked a soccer ball repeatedly into the wall onto the porch, as if it was like a game or something of like trying to kick the ball into the wall, or maybe it's just an act of defiance. Who knows?
All right, Mercy, when you open that door, you're going to be led into the kitchen and living room in equal measure, and we can describe those for whenever you get wherever you're going. The scene is yours again, though. All of yours. Go for it.
Whoa, hello,
Really?
Echo. I think we're okay.
Man, you keep doing that, so I'm gonna talk back.
Hey, that is a professional tactic that us night watchmen, night watch people use, uh, in our industry.
You mean a security guard?
It's kind of like janitor's kind of derogatory for a like what is known as like a typically a facilities manager.
See, I
So,
thought
you
you were
know,
gonna say custodian, but you know, to each their
custodial
own.
engineer, custodial, yeah,
Oh my
custodial
god.
head of custodial, that kind of thing. So, night watchman, night
Yeah, I
watch
don't
person.
want to disrupt your watch or whatever. Um,
There's a union.
Good for you. Okay,
Place
so
looks
what?
smaller for some reason than I remember.
Yeah, because you've
Like,
been eating all that chicken. You've been eating chicken breast like I told you.
uh,
Come on, let me see it.
y-
Let me see it.
you know, that's
Yeah, I
I
can see
guess.
it. I can see it. Looks like a tennis ball in a sleeping bag. It's great. It's
Oh
fantastic.
man.
Don't think too much about it. Gonna pop you on the back. So, what? We're just gotta look around and get in tune with ourselves here. Just kind of
I
gonna
mean,
amp.
Joe used to, remember you used to like do those treasure hunts for us, right? I bet it's something cute like that where it's like go find your inheritance and it'll be like maybe he put it on an envelope up up on our our old bedroom or something. I don't know, it seems sentimental like that sometimes when he wanted to be.
How y'all want to split this up? You want to go two by one, or do you want to go all trip, move off, all y'all oxen free? We can y'all hide, I seek. What do you think?
I mean,
I mean, oh, please.
it's not that big, right? Let's just take a stroll. And I think I'll just start heading upstairs.
As
Let me know
you
if you
start
find
heading
anything.
as you start heading upstairs, I'm gonna wait and be like, yeah, for sure. I'll keep in touch. Hold up like a phone, put it in my back pocket. Will seem kind of spacey to you.
Uh, a little bit. I mean, I don't want to call him a space cadet or anything, but he's definitely in Mars.
You think it's like
I can't read lips.
don't like drugs,
I
like
mean,
Adderall.
damn.
I'm not saying like anything hardcore like crank or anything
No,
like
but
that.
like
Just like
those art supplies and those types tend to be, little,
they
you
always did
know,
say, do not sniff those markers.
they are artistic.
Got it. Yeah, we got an artistic fellow on our staff. Yeah, he works Tuesdays, Thursdays.
Where are you two going while Will goes upstairs?
I'm gonna say that, and you're just gonna see. I'm gonna say that and just like nod, like that's like just common parlance. It's just like
Yeah,
it's just
normal.
like everybody knows that. And then you're just gonna see walk directly through the entryway, probably like towards the living room with intention to go out the backyard. Like I'm like trying to go outside. Like
Amazing.
treasure hunt, right?
Treasure
Let's go
hunt.
Totally.
dig. Let's go dig. Let's go dig. Let's go in the
Mercy, where are
backyard.
you going?
I'm going into the living room.
Okay. Since you two are kind of going the same way, we're going to see what Will's doing upstairs
Awkward.
first. You
Start going
know,
the same direction.
same direction, but not quite.
Yeah,
Don't
you'll stop
worry.
short. I'll keep going
Don't
with the
worry.
gardens.
So you go up the stairway, Will, to this winding, narrow hall that leads to long abandoned spare rooms, well-worn knobs on heavy doors. Each room had a purpose, though it seems the house has begun to swallow it from view. Do you go into any of the rooms or you just vibe in the hallways?
I mean, I'll see if any doors are already open. Just kind of glance in, just kind of do a quick stroll around, see what I see first.
There is one that's kind of open, just a little bit, just a crack. And you see inside floor to ceiling stacks of sagging cardboard boxes with yellowed tape. And I'm going to ask you to paint the scene. And the other two, you can get involved in this. How has the house driven out this room's former occupants?
I think that the boxes were stacked without even taking down the art on the walls. So I think you can kind of see there was like maybe some kids' art and posters and things, and it was just things were shoved in front.
That's how the room drove out its guests. That's the vibe. Okay.
Yeah, I can actually start putting the paint the scenes into the chat. That would make a lot more sense.
No, that's okay. It's okay. How's the house turn out? This room's for occupants. Oh, this is I've got a lot of experience with these past 2 weeks. Yeah. The window in this room, no matter what you do to try to adjust it or anything, it seems like there's always like a draft. You can always hear the wind whistling if like the like if it kicks up a little bit.
Um, it's not obvious, but if you stare long enough, you can see in one of the corners there's like a little tickle of black mold.
Mm,
Ooh. Just a tickle of black mold. It's fine.
damn, you should write her something.
It's so fascinating. Yeah, you really should. Oh my gosh. Um, Everybody go buy all of these cats' writings. It's fine. But maybe we'll see if they die first here. Will, what are you doing here in this room or in this hallway?
I think I'm gonna go with my first thought that maybe I think there is some kind of treasure hunt because it was so vague. So I think this was just one last little game, Elder Joe left for us. And I think that maybe there's some things behind these boxes. So I'm just gonna start taking off a few boxes to see if maybe I can peek behind. Maybe they're not fully wall to floor to ceiling.
Fabulous. This is a great time to introduce one of the key moves in this game, the unearth move. This is when you pry into things that are best left alone. You describe how you're doing so, roll with the appropriate ability. This is the standard card from Brindlewood, 12 plus 7 to 9, hit miss. So, I think you're probably using, I'm gonna guess reason because you're like searching, but if you could argue for another one, please do.
No, that makes sense.
All right. Roll me
No
some
bonus there.
bones.
Uh, Before I got two sixes, now I got two ones.
Okay, we're gonna come back to you.
Started off.
We're Ooh, this is a
Bang,
strong
bang, bang,
start.
bang, bang.
Pew, pew, pew. Okay. So, Mercy and Esau, do you guys walk together or do you, Mercy, wait until he's sort of left the building?
Yeah, definitely going with the latter. Just give a
Okay.
couple paces.
Super normal siblings, all of you. So, Mercy, do you stop in the living room?
Mhm.
Okay. So if I can, wow, I can scroll. I know how to work. So in the living room, we find old familiar mismatched couches, dusty lamps and unsettling knickknacks, a wood-burning fireplace, ashes piled high, a vintage TV in a wood cabinet that only picks up static. Paint the scene. VHS tapes are stacked in the wooden cabinet. Which one makes you nostalgic? Which one makes you feel uneasy?
I think the first one that makes them feel nostalgic is the first Christmas pageant they were a part of. And then the one that makes them uneasy, I guess it's a video of Esau coming home for the first time.
What about you two?
Yeah, completely fucking normal answers from me. Damn, line drive down the middle. No, the one that feels much familiar and fondness within Esau's heart is a well-worn copy of the Macaulay Culkin joint. Is that Macaulay Culkin? Yeah, it's Macaulay Culkin, The Page Master, with Leonard Nimoy and Whoopi Goldberg as well, and Christopher Lloyd. And the one that makes Esau feel the most uneasy is it's just like a day at the lake. It's like a day at the lake, and like the year has been smudged on it, and it seems like there was like videotaped of like us at the lake and everything. But there's a point where it seems like maybe Elder Joe just left the tape on and running, and so it's just like a very stagnant, just like 30 minutes of just the lake water and the placidity of it. And if you, yeah.
I hate it.
Great. I think a tape that is more nostalgic would be, um, I think it's one where it's been taped and taped over, so it's sort of like yeah, little segments put together, but they're an attempt to capture like the best bits of like National Geographic and nature shows. So it's sort of one of them is like an archaeological dig and ancient artifacts, and then one of them is migrations of geese. One is tornadoes, and then one at the end, it looks like it was cut short, is just an absolute carnage for some reason of lions just dismembering their prey. But it was educational. We were allowed to watch it, and the one that is more uneasy was a home video recording of the last time we had a birthday party with the whole family and all of our relatives in one place.
Damn, y'all, I don't have to do anything. Oh, Mercy. Right? What are you doing in here, Mercy? What's here? What are you trying to do?
Um, as much as they don't want to play into the scavenger hunt, they are playing into the scavenger hunt by going through every nook and cranny of the living room, like pulling back books, opening shelves, even like digging through the ashes a little bit and realizing that that was insane. But now their hands are like covered in soot. Um, I have to sit with that for a second before going back around maybe once or twice over in the same order.
Amazing. I would argue this is either reason or composure just because of the way you are. But this is definitely the unearth move. I realize both of those are zeros, so it's not like
Yeah,
it matters.
it's whatever you want it to be, baby.
Hey, you're the baby. Get to rolling.
It's an 8.
Ooh, okay, an eight. That's fabulous. We'll come back to you. Now, Esau, you said you were going outside, right?
Yeah.
So are you aiming for like the garden, which is like the backyard, or like are you
Uh,
aiming for the woods?
the garden.
Okay, this is good. Good
We're
to
looking
know
for
because I was
buried
like,
treasure, right? Softest soil around. It seems obvious, but
I love your brain.
work smarter, not harder, chumps. Buckets.
I'm just imagining as Esau's walking out the door to the garden, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's it's stepping outside and just like taking in the air and then like grabbing like some earbuds from his like pocket, putting them in his head, and then just you see like a little pin and just and then just
Th-
goes buried treasure.
Thank you for this gift. You just put earbuds in.
Yeah.
A greenhouse attached to the house. It's what you walk out to the garden, just suffocatingly warm and musty. And then there's a large untended garden outside, which is actually where you start. There's these looming rose bushes, vine-choked ornamental fences, a fallen bird bath, and you can see there's this winding, overgrown pathway that you know leads to the swimming hole. Paint the scene. What part of the garden appears unchanged, as if from another distant time?
I like to think as a centerpiece, because let me be extra.
Please be
Uh,
extra.
there is a statue in the middle of a fountain, um, of just like a kid reaching up toward a flock of birds that's like overhead, that kind of thing. And typically it'd be covered in ivy or vines, and like covered in like calcium kind of like or some kind of like rusting. But no, it just looks pristine, well manicured.
Funny you should mention vines. Uh, I would like to assume that the vines that are stretched across the fence are kudzu, but they haven't moved an inch.
Okay.
I think there's a weird. Sorry, is this in the greenhouse or the garden as a whole?
This is any of it,
Okay.
greenhouse or garden. It's all
Yep.
it's its own. It's all together.
Yeah, I think there's a weird clearing in the garden, um, and there's quite a large tree stump, um, with kind of roots, kind of still kind of coming up through the soil. There's no grass growing around it. The dirt looks kind of barren, and who knows how old this tree would have been at the time it was cut, but it's quite large. One of the kids could have stretched out on the stump if they wanted to.
Ooh, this is fascinating. Alrighty, so I know you're trying to dig around. How exactly are you doing this? How are you bebopping around the garden? Are you literally digging? What's the vibe?
Yeah, it starts with like just like a looking around and like poking with a shoe and then being like, well, that's not gonna do anything. And so like looking around and then like maybe finding like a yardstick, because gardeners will use yardsticks to help set out plots. And then so just grabs that and starts like poking around in the soil. Very focused on the ground.
Amazing. So I'm gonna give you either reason or vitality.
Mm.
Depending upon how you're doing this. Are you trying to get really deep or are you being like more careful?
Oh no, look, man. Deep, 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 deep,
All
deep.
right, I'm gonna let you roll
Uh
with vitality. That's a +2, baby. Roll me the unearth move.
5, 6 plus 2. That is 13.
Jesus, we got the whole range,
I'm
gang.
good at that. I'm good at that.
Amazing. You are good at poking stuff in the dirt, and I love this for you. While you two are both getting your hands dirty, Mercy and Esau, I think Will is also kind of, but in a weird way, because you're touching old grimy boxes. Like, these are kind of nasty boys. These have, these have seen some shit. And I think you got a 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think as you take down one of these boxes, you take down another, and you've kind of like started moving them, and you touch the wall where it was, just kind of like moving around, and your arm, your hand, the whole ding dang thing, you just fall into the darkness unless you mark one of your tracks. You are going to be somewhere else completely.
I want to see that happen, but I also want to mark the family legacy to see that happen. So I'm gonna do that for now.
All right,
I
don't
will
worry.
mark
I'm
the
going to be
first.
really mean to y'all.
Good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fabulous. All right, do you want
Inside,
to tell
maybe
us?
he's
Yes.
still fallen into the darkness,
Yeah, don't worry. Oh, it just bumps it up one. You
Yeah.
still got a mixed success.
Yep.
So, please, I think this is a good time. Tell us what's the family legacy? What are you marking?
So we mark them in order. This is sort of your masks equivalent if you played the Betweener, those kind of games. The first one is the dream. These marking these in order are sort of showing the maybe your kind of character's arc along what the family is intended for you or your destiny or something like that. Narrate a flashback to a time you witnessed something unsettling as a child, but no one believed you. Um, I think this is when I think this is before at least Mercy was around. Maybe Vin, how much of an age difference do you think we have? Like
Um,
5, 10 years? I don't know.
yeah, I was thinking
Something
5.
like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
cool. Yeah, so I think Will, was told to kind of go clean his room, clean an upstairs room at this very house, because Elder Joe was had some guests in the garden and was doing some sort of prayer circle, some healing, and he just was told to keep out of the way. But I think he crept down and saw some very distraught parents sitting on either side um, of another boy about his age, or at least the body of another boy who was his age, who was laid down on the ground. They arranged some sort of flowers around him. There was incense burning. Elder Joe was saying some prayers kind of in the center of all this. And um, no prayers that Will heard before in any kind of church or anything like that. And at some point, he finished, told the parents that all was well, that he would be cured, that he could hear him breathing again, that he could see his eyes were opening, he would be healed, he would be strong again. He saw the vision, it was going to happen, and kind of like very lovingly put his hands on their shoulders and asked them to leave. And after that, he saw Elder Joe kind of gather up this boy in a shroud and walk into the forest. And later on, he would hear that, of course, this was a miraculous recovery and the boy had done quite well. But he never saw him again. He wasn't sure what he'd seen, and no one really believed him or told him he was making up stories if he tried to describe what he'd seen.
This is what we get to see. We get to see Will fall through this darkness. And as Will falls through this darkness, we get to see this whole scene play out. And then, Will, you feel yourself land, and you're right back in the same spot. The wall is solid when you touch it. And in front of you, a box has spilled, and you realize that there is just this massive pile of unpaid, overdue medical bills. This box is full of them. And that's the clue you get. And for the complication, I'm going to give you a condition. I'm going to give you the condition free fall, vertigo,
Nice.
whatever will help you remember that.
Get some sleep. Ah, sits down with them for a second just to kind of take a breather. Stares at this pile.
And as you stare at that pile below you, Mercy is rummaging. You're rummaging through, and you think this is crazy when you rummage through the ashes. You're like, this is a bananas thing to do. And then you feel something. It's not just ashes. And you realize, well, holy shit, there is something in here. And you find a piece of paper, and it's an old child's drawing, partially burnt, of a strange bear-like creature, and there's people holding its little clawed hands like they're just very poorly drawn people. And as you pull it out and kind of dust it off, you can make out the name Daddy Longshanks scrawled beside it. Let's see if I can paste this entire thing. I'm so good at pasting.
Daddy long shit.
Where did Gabriel go? Okay.
Bye, Gabriel.
An old, an old. There we go. Okay. Well, it's still recording, and you're the host now, Wes. So,
Okay, perfect.
one of us,
Interesting.
it's fine. So that's what you find, Mercy. And as you find this, and you're really, really focused on it because this is fucking crazy. From behind you and all around you, you hear this scratching in the walls, and it gets closer and closer. It's almost like something's trying to get out, and you realize it's really, really close to you. Maybe it's a wild animal. You don't know, but it's really close. It might be in the back of the fireplace, might be in the chimney, but it's like there's something in here. It's probably a possum or some shit.
I look up the chimney.
You look up the chimney? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to, since we just started, this is going to be a day move because we're in the daytime. It's still light outside, but you are doing something risky for facing something you potentially fear. So I would like you to name what you're afraid of happening if you fail or lose your nerve.
I'm afraid whatever's up there is gonna fall and suffocate me.
Fascinating. Okay. I what do you roll? I think this is pretty brave. I think you're rolling with composure. If you think, do you think this is like a real physical thing? You don't think this is any hooty hoo
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah, yeah. Not yet.
All right. Then I think this is composure. And roll me the day move.
Oh boy, oh joy. I love playing card from Brindlewood games where nothing bad ever happens. Oh, thank goodness, that's a 9.
Oh, it's a 9. Okay.
Oh,
We're not
actually,
gonna
I'm wrong. That's a 10. I can count
look.
these.
Ooh, okay. You do what you intended to do, or you hold steady. Describe what this looks like. This scene is yours.
I still think there's like a twinge of trepidation, and he has to like bolster himself for it. Come on, it's probably like a bird or something. Just secure it, and then like just duck mid confidence boost and look up for whatever light, hopefully, or if not, what could possibly be blocking uh the chimney.
And since you did what you intended to and hold steady, I think that means you're right. That's, well, it's not just a bird because you don't see anything. Nothing falls on your face. Nothing bad happens to you physically at all, but there's still that scratching. But there's nothing up there. It's not an animal in the chimney.
Um, I don't know whatever this is, but I rebuke thee. Just whispers quietly and then pulls their head out. Now, just about everything is soot or dust covered, especially like the shoulders of the blouse. That's ruined. It's all right. It's all right. Everything's all right. Just...
Everything's fine. Everything's fine, Mercy. As they dust themselves off, we cut to Esau just purposefully getting dirtier, but actually doing it in a pretty, I would say, clean way for what's going on with you. What you got, since you're actually digging in the dirt. And remind me, you got a 13, right?
13. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You're doing groovy, my friend. You are genuinely grooving along. Um, I would like to ask you to do something after we do this because I realize
Yeah.
is you got a real big boy. But first, as you're, it's just it's just like laughing. Um, we got you're just like it's thunk, and it's like a little like thunk. It's like thunk. There's something, you're hitting something of different materials. It's very strange, but you can kind of like dig it out. Do you use your hands or you're like the little thing? What's just so we know how Esau is.
Yeah. Yeah, it like was it like hit that tunk tunk like that tunk tunk a couple of times
Mm-hmm.
and then feel that it's stable. She's like, thank you. And then toss it off to the side, kind of carelessly. And we'll just try to yeah, just start digging in the dirt with his hands. Just you know, wash them off in the kitchen later. It's fine.
Yeah. And you realize you were hitting the side of a lure, like a plastic lure. And as you clear away the dirt, you do manage to not nick yourself on the hook or the sharp little fish bones. And you find figurines made of fish bones and old lures, like a whole pile of them. Just like sort of like a couple. Actually, I think there's three.
Hear no evil, speak no evil,
Hmm.
see no evil, but they're bears. That's a little figure.
You know what? Yes, now they are. I love this.
Nice,
The
nice.
the drama. The
There's
drama.
so much intensity in that.
I know. I don't know why it goes red. None of my lights are red. Um, but since you got a 12 plus, the house also reveals a secret to you. Add an additional inheritance to your sheet. Ask another player what it is. This is like a secondary family secret. This is an item you can use. What extra thing did you find other than these cute little bears? Which they sound just charming and super normal.
Ah.
Yeah, ask one of your fellow siblings. What else did Esau find?
Will, what's out here?
Hmm. I think, I mean, since you're digging deep here,
Hmm.
I think there's a chest in there. Nothing like, not like a big travel chest, but like a pretty sturdy box. Maybe it could have been for gardening tools and stuff. But I think inside of it, um, it's just all like protective gear. It's got like a full face mask, really sturdy gardening gloves, and all. It's not like a hazmat suit necessarily, but it's like a full industrial jumpsuit of some kind. Like if you were, it doesn't make sense why it's here, but it's clearly something that could withstand some, intense. I'll say it's like firefighter gear. Let's say,
Mm. Mm.
yeah.
Ooh. Add
I
that
like
in
that.
your notes, and you can always use that like any other item in a card from Brindlewood game to get an advantage or what have you, if you can
Oh,
justify it. This is going to be very interesting to use. And
uh, that's
yes, go
actually
ahead.
pretty funny. Because originally, before being a security guard, for having Esau as a security guard, I was like, "What about a firefighter?" And I was like, "No, that's too cool. Like he
No,
needs to
you
like
gotta be
not
cool
be."
anyway.
Maybe he
Yeah.
wanted to be one.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn.
Ooh, ooh. Maybe the house is giving this to you because it knows. Esau, how do you feel about all this? You found a bunch of shit in the garden. What are you doing with that?
I'm just like I think Esau goes, idiots. And then just very like everything's coming out Millhouse. It's just like looking around and like sees like a cardboard box that has like a bunch of old like gardening pots in them in the greenhouse and just goes, don't need these, and just takes those out and like dumps the dirt out, makes sure there's no spiders or anything in it, knocks it around a little bit, and then gets some like dirt in his beard, wipes it off because I'm definitely gonna have to go wash off in the kitchen. And then yeah, just grabs those three little figurines and then that firefighter gear, and then thinks better of putting them in the same thing, and then just puts the firefighter gear there and the three little figurines and it's like on a separate in a separate hand, and it's just like uh sees a gardening cart and goes perfect, and just like sets that on there and just starts wheeling it up to the like back to the house, and then realizes that the back steps are probably not ADA accessible and just goes Ugh, and then like picks up the cart and walks it up the steps.
Oh my God. So, and I think that's looking at the time, this is where we all leave you. We see Will upstairs sitting, trying to like get his bearings after all of this, surrounded by old unpaid medical bills. Mercy covered in ash, holding an old child's drawing, and Esau with a cart full of treasure? Question mark. Gonna bring a garden cart right into the house. I'm sure Elder Joe would have loved that. And all of you at once hear this distant sound on the wind. You could swear it sounds like children playing. But you know how when children play, sometimes they scream and it sounds like someone's dying. And you all hear that it's so far away and it sounds so familiar. Maybe it's you. You don't know. And that's where we're going to end it tonight. We're going to do stars, wishes, and feelings. And I hope you all enjoyed the first session of this playtest of Bestow. I adore you all. I will not go first because I'm the keeper and I will yap. So please feel free. Bless you.
Thank you.
I'll save you the
Stars.
embarrassment. Oh, go
Go
ahead.
for it. Go for it. No, please. No, go, please. I'm embarrassed now. Save me.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go across the screen, counterclockwise. B. Oh my goodness, here we are. This has been a delight. This is the first game we'll be running for me, and I'm just so thrilled and I'm so proud to see you just take charge and just do the damn thing. This is terrifying. Um, I knew what I was coming into. Did not expect it to hit me in the back of the head so hard. So great job, great facilitating, great third thing. Westifer, you can't keep doing this. This is the third time we've played siblings. Um, we gotta find a hobby. I love
Oh,
Esau. He scares me. I'm so worried about him. He can't be this chipper for long, and it's gonna hurt when the tide comes. Uh, everything you did was great. I love just how carefree and funny he is, and just another great character. Gabriel, this is our first time playing together. I'm a huge fan, first time caller. Um, so this is great. I love Will. He's such a good contrast to these two chuckle fucks in a very great direction. And I just love out of the three of us, they felt the most like there, as in like this is so fleshed out and cool, and I really like him a lot. And I don't want anything to happen to him, even though the first thing happened to him. Um, I'm feeling great. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. This is going to be a fantastic game. Uh, just I already feel the bonds, the love, wishes. I mean, just keep doing what we're doing. It's gonna get freaky real fast, and I don't even have to ask for it. It's on the tin. So that's me.
I will go next then. So, stars. A star to both you and Gabriel B. For making something here that's very cool. It is lean, it is mean, and it's super effective. And I like what you've done with the CFP formula and how you've changed it. The utilization of bonds. I really love. We haven't seen them yet, but the spotlight moves are very cool. I can't wait till you kind of get to hit the trigger mechanic on that, and kind of see how you've approached those as well. Um, I like the variety in all the playbooks. It was hard to pick which one because they're like they feel so distinct, and they're very well written. They are broad, but they all have like a little bit of depth to them that you can pick up things, and it feels like you can just put them on like a nice coat. And I really appreciate that. Also, I really appreciate the three different elders that you had picked, that you have available for us to pick. That was hard to decide from as well. I like the form and function of having a day phase, a night phase, and then it's done. Um, and like you have day specific questions that you might not get, but if you answer those, then it helps out your night phase, and I think that's fantastic. I think that's a really cool mechanic. I think that like really pushes for like having shorter game session, like game lengths, campaign lengths. That's something that we're always looking for, as we get to the point where nobody has any time. I also just want to shout out the location reference sheet and everything. The location descriptions are very cool. This system, this take on the CFB system has it already had me like the gears turning on like what I'm going to throw at y'all for like a potential like scenario down the line and everything. But like I just like imagine like I could just imagine the possibility of like what you could do with this, and all you have to do is really just write the clues, write the location references, write the dangers, like write the specific kind of like setting stuff that we already do with threats and everything, and the questions, and you can plug any of these playbooks into that. And so it feels very modular, and it feels like it's going to be very easy for people to write their own stuff. And like I can't wait to start collecting all the third party homebrew stuff with this and the other stuff that y'all are working on or what comes next. I'll already say that the idea I have has to do with alien abduction, and the fact that like your elder got abducted by aliens, and like it's in the desert and everything, like super close encounters of the third kind, but like what happened afterwards, kind of. And I'm just like, you can do that though. You can take this to where this is, which is like weird bear drawings for little kids, and like it feels very like Haunting of Hill House, and like but it's in the Smoky Mountains, and I love it, and it feels so very specific. Um, no, it's great. Then we are siblings once again, and I like how we have swapped up the dynamic. We have swapped up the dynamic a little bit. Last time I was a little bit more goofy and a little bit on edge and everything, and I think this time I'm just like very like I think I'm the annoying sibling. I think I've kind of just thoroughly slotted myself into the annoying sibling. I am the Michelangelo of the group, I think maybe. And if you could like put all of us with the humors as if they're TMNT, I think Donatello for Will, and I think Raphael for Mercy. Leonardo's not here because Leonardo's a hard I don't know many Leonardos in my life. So like yeah, no, I think it feels great. The characters feel lived in, they feel understood. You all understand the concept, the prompt. You understood what we were here to do. You all did it succinctly. It's great. My wish, more. I also can't wait to watch other people play this game. I love watching actual play. People are always like, you actually watch actual play? That feels like a lot of dedication and time to it. Yeah, I know. I fucking work at my desk so I can fucking watch that. So like if you get your hands on this and you want to fucking run it, record it and run it and like let's and like leave notes and discuss. This is so cool. I love playtesting stuff. It's so cool. Thank you. It's okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. I feel like a very special.
Actually, you don't get it until you come out here because it's all incomplete.
Okay, got it. So yeah, I'm done. That's me. All done. I got
Sweet. By the way, I've not heard Stars, Wishes, and Feelings before. That's cool. I like that addition.
I got it from Ambrose. I don't know where they got it, but I'm going to credit Ambrose.
No, that's good. I like that. Yeah, I might start using that.
Westifer, you did this.
Yeah, and I got it from somebody else.
All right.
Sweet.
I love this. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much fun to be a player in a game for once. I'm always spending too much time trying to write too many games and then trying to play test them, and almost never just being a player. So B, thank you for insisting on running it this time, letting me be a player. Um, because of that, I'm still kind of, I always feel like I'm the least experienced actual role player. I'm used to just kind of describing the dread and letting everyone else figure it out. So it was fun to just, you know, write and play something relatable, just be a sibling in the midst of some family drama who doesn't know what's going on or how to handle it. And that's easy. Um, yeah, I appreciated the characters and seeing how much you all did with such little prompts. So again, we have some great contrast going on, and very clearly different ways things are going to be terrible for each of us. And we'll probably never resolve anything or understand anything truly. So I'm here for that. It's my kind of drama. Um, yeah, wishes just want to see, I want to see everyone push all the buttons in this. We have actually quite a lot we haven't even mentioned. Maybe doing too much design wise, cramming into a little game, but there are layers and there are layers of how this house can reveal itself to you and how your own kind of family legacy can take your character into some really dark places. And that's a big wish, I think, for playtesting, is to see some more of the siblings clash in that way. I think it takes a little bit of time to see those different arcs sort of collide. Yeah, and just stars to playing in this group with all this star power. It's a little intimidating, to be honest, but you all are great and it's so much fun.
You're killing it. You're killing it.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for taking the time.
Yeah, honestly, yes. That's my first big star is y'all taking the time to play test this with us because I cannot tell you how grateful I am to have, I'm gonna agree with Gabriel, some hardcore star power, like really experienced role players, really experienced people in the horror genre playing with this and seeing what you think, pressing the buttons in your own fucked up little ways. And I'm really, really excited that you're here. And Gabriel, you're included in that. I just want you to know. Like, star to Gabriel for letting me run this. And I'm always very happy to run things for forever GMs. And Gabriel, you're a delightful player. I love Will. I I I know I'm the one who's gonna make bad shit happen to y'all, but I am worried about you guys. Will seems very sweet, and I'm really I have to take specific star to your dream flashback. That was fucked up. That was fucked up and bad. And that plus you're like, yeah, we're gonna have this whole thing where Joe like just sort of takes young people and does something and that they never come back to their families and they go work on a farm somewhere. That sounds like when your goldfish dies and the goldfish went to live somewhere else or some shit. Like this is like, so that was really fun right off the bat. All of y'all, I was like, because you were saying some crazy shit. So I'm very excited to see, Gabriel, what you do with this as a player because you do know all this stuff and I know you don't metagame either. So you're doing some really fun stuff with it and I'm very excited. Then speaking of fun stuff, I love Mercy. I love Mercy. They're doing so good. The fact that you're like normie, straight down the middle, that's the most fun person to have plopped into the worst place possible. You understood that assignment in that way of like, there's got to be a normal person here who's gonna hate this in a real special way, a special normal person way that only Mercy can. And yet you dug through the fireplace. A fascinating person, a fascinating little freak that I am so excited to learn more about. Like, the practicing your disappointed face really got me. Like, that really got me. That was so good. That was so good. And just this also, and a star for all of you for this sibling dynamic. It felt very natural right off the bat. And you and Esau just being like, pop, 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 probably because y'all play siblings all the time. But Will was too. You were all like, just perfect. It felt like watching siblings do their thing. And also just like star to your weird contribution to the fucking Elder Joe Crane thing, Mercy, like, mm, mm. Like the cobblestones, the ritual was what really you just gave that to me. It was a gift, and thank you for it. Just thank you for it. I love it. I'm very excited to see what happens to this poor little normie. Um, oh, oh. Esau, I don't think you're a normie, but you're sure something. And I am tickled every time you speak. In a real special way. Maybe because Esau reminds me of some of my family, and I'm like, yeah, I know this cat. I know this cat. We all know this cat. And I think I agree this contrast of you being very up, being like it's all coming up Millhouse right now, feels very appropriate for this beginning of this horror movie. You really all have balanced out these vibes, and Esau comes in with this high, like, and then Mercy's got this middle, and then Will's kind of on this low ebb of like instantly, accidentally getting into the dread. And I really love this, like, oh, like he's a night watchman. Like, that's so fun. There's so instantly had a bunch of layers for this cat, and I'm just so excited. I love that, like, we're gonna go dig in the dirt. The county, the rumors about the county, like, feels very like, yes, this is exactly the small town bullshit that happens. Like, and you brought that in. You brought in that flavor, and it's
The county's
like,
always up there. The
it's
county's
always
always
doing some shit.
always up there. What are y'all
Always
doing up
doing
there?
some shit. What do y'all do? We don't know. We can't know. We can't know. And like, I'm very excited to see, like, I'm excited to knock you all down, but I'm particularly excited to see what happens when Esau reaches a point where things are not going well, because to him, things are going well. And it's very interesting. I'm really excited. I adore your dynamics. I like how y'all handled the bonds. I'm just so thrilled to be playtesting this as the keeper, because y'all are so fun to watch. I barely have to do shit. Y'all are adding so much horror. I just get to say like a creepy line, and you're like, and it's off to the races. So my wish is just to see more of that, to see y'all do what you do best and tell a very scary story and be little fucks about it. What little bullshit you
Is
gonna
it an
say, Wes?
option for Esau just to leave? To just like pat the firefighter gear and be like, found my inheritance, bye y'all. And just like
Yes.
walk out the front door with the cart and
You
everything.
can do whatever you want.
That'd
Yes.
be so shitty of me.
Oh, you think I'm gonna let you leave? Oh, you
I
can
know, I
try.
know, I
You can
know, I
try.
know.
The house might not let you leave, though. It's not always up to me. But no, genuinely, I am so happy to be here. I adore you all. Thank you all for being here. And thank you for whoever's watching this, for watching this. I hope you play this game if you like this weird shit. If you do, tape it. Like, wow, I'm old. No, record it. Jesus Christ, if it's on a VHS tape, send it to me.
That would be cool, actually.
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
I take it back, the thing I just said. If you tape it, send it to me at my fucking PO box. Or better yet, post it on the internet and send us all a link. Please, I want to see you all be little freaks. And yeah, that's does anybody else have any more stars, wishes, feelings?
This is really good chicken noodle soup, by the way.
Yeah.
I know you're all wondering. It was really good.
I think that's perfect. That's
It's
perfect.
just fun to play this together, and even in our chat beforehand to realize like, wait, what did we do? Because this was started like last year, and like it's
I had to
been
ask
just
Gabriel about
selfishly.
a rule.
No,
I didn't know
selfishly,
that
it's
part.
been a nice surprise to realize like, oh, that does make more sense. We've actually done a lot. I've just forgotten.
You're like, oh yeah, we
This is
forgot
doing
we
too many
changed that
things.
to make it work.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yes,
this is
that
the
is.
best version yet. Yeah. So
Thank God.
thank you.
I understand that too, because there is pressure to kind of like adhere to like the ever-changing design guide of CFB and everything like that. I just got to a point in my own design for Come On In where I'm like, it's how it is now. It's how it is now. I'm not adding all
No.
the new bells and whistles that
I have
are
a
coming in new
problem. I keep
games.
needing to be special and like put my own twists, and every game needs to have its own
Yeah.
mechanics. And yeah, it's too
People
much
keep
time.
taking my design stuff and putting it in their games because I have a good idea and they put
Nice.
it in there. And that's the greatest form of flattery ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So everybody write
And
your
I'm
bestow
going to take
scenarios.
shit from you all too.
Do
Yeah,
it.
someone
Take it.
take this,
Please,
make some
God.
weird stuff. For
Make
sure.
Yeah.
weirder
Yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah.
I want to see it. That's the only rule. You
Exactly.
have to send it to me. Not for any money or anything. I just want to see it.
Not for any money.
Well,
Perfect.
I think we can end the recording here. Thank you all so much for playing, for watching, for being little freaks with us. And we'll see you next time. Want to wave by the camera, buddy? Bye.